Hello everyone, my name is Will and this is my channel. I have done a lot of music tips and a lot of different things on my channel so far, and I'd like to talk to you today about becoming your own boss, as in finding a way to make a job in an economy when there really is no jobs. Alright, so let's begin. So a little background on me. I grew up in Detroit. I went to college in Pennsylvania where I met my wife and got married. Then we moved to Connecticut. I have a degree in vocal performance. And when I got to Connecticut, there was not a lot of jobs. There were jobs, but nothing in my field. I worked as an apprentice optician for 7 years. None of it ever ended up being full-time. It all ended up being part-time. And it just all didn't end up working out. I do have a bit of a different situation than some people. Maybe we'll discuss that in different videos. But today I want to specifically talk to you about how to make your own job. So enough about me. So a couple of things that I would say about making your own job is it does take a little bit of guts, and it takes a little bit of patience. What you need to do is to figure out what you're passionate about, what you like, what you're good at, things like that. For me, I've always been extremely good at music. I was being pushed in a direction by several people to, do a performance, be a performer, go perform, go do this. And it really just wasn't working out. Not that I am a bad performer, but it wasn't me. It was one of those things I was good at, not necessarily passionate about. So I started teaching. I started teaching voice lessons and piano lessons. I teach flute lessons now too, and I do music tips on here for you guys and everything like that. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. So I started teaching, and it started with me, I had just lost a job. I was like, what can I do to make money? Oh, I can teach. This is something that I can do. So I looked for things online to try to find a way to teach, and I found a website called takelessons.com, which has been fabulous. I set up a profile, and I've been teaching with them for 2 years now. I also work with Musica. I take my own private lessons. I worked a tiny bit with Taylor Robinson. Again, that may be a discussion for a different video. But anyway, so that's the first thing I did was, what can I do that other people can't do that I can make money at? Now, the reason why I'm saying what can I do that other people can't do, here's the reason why I'm saying that. One, as a music teacher, I have to be very patient, which a lot of people aren't necessarily patient. Two, I have to be able to hear what's going on. If I can't distinguish the difference between a mistake and what we're looking for, how am I supposed to teach anyone? At the same time, if I can't tell you why you're doing the mistake and how to fix the mistake, you'll never get to how to actually correct it and get to where you're trying to go. So that's why I'm saying you need to find something that you're good at, that you love, that you're so skilled at that you can offer something other people can't. All right, patience. So here's the deal. I was an apprentice optician for 7 years. In the state of Connecticut, if you become a licensed optician, you are guaranteed a paycheck of anywhere from $26 an hour to $30 an hour. I would have already been able to start taking tests and things to get my license had I stuck with that. However, again, it wasn't me. I was very moody in that job. It was just causing me a lot of problems, and it just didn't work in my family situation. So what I had to do was just accept the fact that, I'm young. I can live with not having everything. I don't need to have the newest car, the newest technology. I don't need to have a brand new house or anything like that. I'd rather live and struggle at the beginning while I'm young and have the energy to do so, and have a better end of life situation than to have everything I want right now because I got a great job with all kinds of money, and then later on in life be full of regrets and wishes and wondering, what could I have done? Could I have had a career doing what I was trying to do in the first place? Things like that. So that being said, yes, you're going to have to get used to the fact that you may not be able to live the lifestyle that you think you want, or be able to do things when you want to do them, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having to wait and work toward things. So that would be point number two. If you're going to look for a way to make your own job, you're going to have to be comfortable with waiting for getting the things that you want out of life. You will be surprised that what you're not making in money, what you're not making in actual material things, you'll be making up in everything else. All of my relationships are a lot better. I'm far less cranky. I feel satisfied. I feel like I'm changing people's lives because of the type of work I'm doing. You just got to find the thing that'll make you happy, that actually makes you more complete as a person, I guess. So we talked about, finding what you're good at and what you can do that other people can't do. We talked about waiting a little bit and getting used to having the idea that I'm not going to have everything right now, but I can later if I work toward it. The third biggest thing is you have to be very, very, very open-minded. Why? Why do you have to be open-minded to make your own job? Well, here it is. When I set out to find a job in music, I had to face the reality that I'm in Connecticut. There's not a lot of places to go. It's not like I went to New York. I could take a train into New York if I wanted to, but that just didn't appeal to me at all. So it's not like I'm going to go and join the Met or become a famous Broadway singer living in Connecticut. Same thing is, I'm not really going to be making a record or anything like that because, again, there's not really record studios or places like that in Connecticut. So let's become more open-minded. What can I do? I can teach. There we go. There's my first step into what I want to do. For me, I have a overall goal. I'm actually aiming to become a music director. Hopefully by the time I hit 40. I'm 31, so here we go. So like teaching is the first step for me. I'm also composing and arranging. I am writing a book on how to sing. I found that I'm actually unhappy with some piano literature I've been working with. So I'm going to be working on writing my own piano book with all the things I want people to learn. I am also going to be working with a library on making a music program this summer for children. It'll be an hour long once a week, and because they're kids, I have to do a lot of things. So I have to do music and a lesson and maybe a craft and something to keep them engaged. So all of this comes under the idea of, if I was closed-minded and I decided this is what a music career is, I would never make it anywhere. So how can you apply that to yourself? Well, maybe you're somebody who's very, very artsy and craftsy. Maybe your career is to end up being an event planner for like craft fairs and things like that. But you would start by making what you want to make, going to craft fairs and doing whatever. Or maybe you're somebody who loves to cook, but you just can't take that kitchen atmosphere, that like really hard, rough, I'm in a kitchen atmosphere, everybody's cranky, we want to get the food out, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well then start simple. Make things that you like at home. Offer to make stuff for your friends. Give out samples. See if somebody will buy something you're making. There are ways to do this. You just need to be open-minded. Look for the opportunities. Don't let anything pass you up. And, be okay with it not being exactly what you think it is. A lot of the time, especially in our culture, we see things and we think that this is what it is. It's just not that black and white. It really isn't. So if you're going to make your own job, you need to be very open to all kinds of things that are related to what you're trying to do. Okay, last thing, my fourth and final point. Usually I do 3 points. Sorry, so if you've been watching my tips video, I apologize. I am breaking pattern. My fourth point is you need to go ahead and just follow your gut. If something feels wrong, it's wrong. If something doesn't sound right, it's not right. This has really personally affected me because I've had students where I usually go to people's houses because it's more convenient for them, or I teach online. I've had students who treat me like the help, or like I'm just this expendable person. And it really made me feel bad about what I was doing, and like, wow, why am I bothering with this? And it bothered me, and it bothered me to a point where I just had to stop teaching them. And what happened? Amazingly, they didn't even want to take the lessons anymore. So here's the thing with that. If something feels wrong, if something doesn't fit your model, or something just isn't sitting right with you, follow it. You know you know what you want to do. So just trust yourself, and then I promise you, you'll have some measure of success. Now, obviously, there are other factors that you need to consider when you're trying to make your own job, that you need to be honest with yourself about. Can you do the job you want? Are you skilled to do the job you want? Will other people like the job that you're trying to do? Right? So, I mean, let's say all you want to do, I want a job where I just sit and watch videos all day. Well, that job does exist, but you need to know about videos so you can critique them. You need to be able to write things about them. If you can't do the things you need to do the job you want to do, you're not going to be able to do it, even if you do it on your own. So be very honest with yourself. Be very open with yourself. Trust yourself. So my 4 tips for making your own job in this crazy economy were: 1, figure out what you're good at, what you can offer that no one else can offer. 2, what did I say was number 2? I apologize. I've only had 1 cup of coffee today. Oh yeah, number 2 was don't be in such a rush to get all the material things you want right now. Be okay with waiting for it. That way you'll enjoy it more. It'll mean more to you. 3, be very open-minded. Don't say, I want to be this and only this avenue, because that won't happen that way. You're going to have to think more outside of the box. And 4, trust yourself. If something feels wrong, it's wrong. If something doesn't sit right with you, it's probably not right. All right, I hope this really helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Feel free to like and subscribe. I do these kind of videos once a week, maybe once every other week. So yeah, thank you for watching. And again, I hope this helps you a lot. Bye.